Welcome everyone. So we have already started with the lesson chemical reaction and equation of class 10. Now we have completed several topics from this lesson. You can check all the links related to these topic in the description box below. Okay. Now today we shall study about the oxidation and reduction reaction. Okay. Now let's see what they are. So there are two types of reaction, oxidation and reduction. So let's study one by one. Okay. Now here many types of substances give reactions called oxidation and reduction. Let us learn more about this reaction. So here one different four examples are given here, like in the first equation number 20 we have magnesium combined with oxygen molecule to give magnesium oxide. Okay. And second, in equation number 21, here carbon atom react with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. All right. Now in 20 and 21, magnesium and carbon combined with oxygen. All right. And in 22, equation number 22, we have magnesium, that is MgH2 will gives us Mg plus H2. Okay. So here, and in equation number 23, this is ethane, CH3 will gives us CH2 double bond CH2. That means this is ethene. Okay. So ethane will give rise to ethene plus hydrogen. Okay. So here there are two atoms of hydrogen are removed from the ethane. So in we can observe here 22 and 23, the molecules will releases the hydrogen and hydrogen gas, and in 20 and 21 the molecules or compound combines with the oxygen. Now in this, in the reaction 20 and 21, a reactant, this is a reactant, that is magnesium and carbon combined with oxygen, whereas in 22 and 23 hydrogen gases removed, it is H2 and H2. Here hydrogen gases removed in the product, okay, from the reactant. So all these are examples of a oxidation reaction. Okay. So the chemical reaction in which a reactant combined with oxygen, like this 20 and 22, reactant combined with oxygen or loses hydrogen. Okay. Now here reactant combined with the oxygen, and in 22 and 23 they are loses hydrogen. So all to form the product. So it is called as a oxidation reaction. So what are the oxidation reaction? In which whether the reactant will combine with the higher oxygen or hydrogen gases loses in to form the product is called as a oxidation reaction. Okay. Now let's see further. Okay. Now here we have on page number 42, some oxidation reactions are brought about by use of a specific chemical substances. For example, here one example is given to us, that is CH3CH2OH, or we can say ethyl alcohol or ethanol. Okay. So it will gives us acetic acid. Now here ethyl alcohol will form the product acetic acid, but here chemical substances are there like potassium chromate, sulfuric acid, and here nascent oxygen is there. Okay. Now here the acidic potassium dichromate, here this is a acidic potassium dichromate. Okay. Here H2SO4, that's why it is acidic. Okay. Makes oxygen available. Okay. Makes oxygen available for the oxidation of the reactant ethyl alcohol. Now for the oxidation of a ethyl alcohol, oxygen is required. Okay. So that oxygen, like this oxygen will be produces with the produced by the potassium dichromate. So this oxygen is used by the ethyl alcohol to form CH3COOH. Okay. Now here one oxygen is there. Now this oxygen will combine with the ethyl alcohol to form a acetic acid. All right. Now this oxygen which is written in the bracket, it is called as a nascent oxygen. Okay. This is called as a nascent oxygen. All right. So here such chemical substances which bring about an oxidation reaction by making oxygen available are called as oxidants or oxidizing agent. Now here this acidic potassium dichromate, it is making or it is producing the oxygen which is available for the oxidation. Okay, it provides a nascent oxygen which is used by the ethyl alcohol to form a acetic acid. So this acidic potassium dichromate is known as a oxidizing agent or oxidant because they produce the, or they make available the oxygen for the oxidation. Okay, so that's why it is called as oxidizing agent. Now do you know, let's study this table. A variety of oxidants are used to bring about a control oxidation. Now these are the oxidants are the substances which are making available the oxygen for the oxidation. Okay, like here acidic potassium dichromate, acidic potassium permanganate are the commonly used chemical oxidants. So these two are the chemical oxidant which making available the oxygen which for the oxidation reaction. Okay, now here hydrogen peroxide means H2O2 is used as a mild oxidant. Now this is a mild oxidant. Okay, now here nascent oxygen is very highly reactive. Okay, so ozone or O3 is also a chemical oxidant. Nascent oxygen is generated by a chemical oxidant and it is used for the oxidation reaction. Now nascent oxygen, now here we have seen that acidic potassium dichromate making or producing or making available the oxygen, nascent oxygen. Okay, so that is used for the oxidation reaction. Now here O3, so O3 will produce the nascent oxygen which is used for the oxidation reaction. Now here oxygen plus nascent oxygen. Now put here hydrogen peroxide also making available the nascent oxygen for the oxidation reaction. Like here we can see na, hydrogen peroxide will produces water plus nascent oxygen. Now potassium dichromate and sulfuric acid will also produces the 3 nascent oxygen. Okay, now here potassium permanganate and sulfuric acid also making available the 5 nascent oxygen. So what is the nascent oxygen? This nascent oxygen is a very highly reactive and very unstable monoatomic oxygen, that is in the single atom of oxygen is present. Single atom is of oxygen is present, that's why it is written in the bracket form. Okay, so all these substances like ozone, hydrogen peroxide, acidic potassium dichromate, acidic potassium permanganate releases the nascent oxygen like here. Okay, these all oxidants are releases nascent oxygen and they will this nascent oxygen used for the oxidation reaction, and that's why this is called as a oxidants. Okay, so we have seen just now that potassium permanganate is a chemical oxidant. That means it will releases the nascent oxygen which is used for the oxidation reaction. Okay, so now have a look at the following reaction. Now here potassium permanganate plus ferrous sulfate plus sulfuric acid will produces or will form the product like potassium sulfate, manganese sulfate, and here ferrous sulfate plus water. So which compound is oxidized by potassium permanganate in the presence of acid in this reaction? Of course, ferrous sulfate. Now here ferrous sulfate. Okay, because in the ferrous sulfate only here here now in the presence of acid in this reaction. Oxidation means the compound which is reacting with the oxygen, all right, or the in the compound in which the oxygen is added. Now here if we will observe the number of a molecule in ferrous sulfate. So here oxygen, here first in ferrous sulfate there are total 10 into 4, that means 40 oxygen are there here. Okay, and here 8 multiplied by 4, 8 4s are 32. I am writing only the number of oxygen molecule. Okay, now in the potassium permanganate here number of oxygen are 2 into 4, 8. All right, now let's see in the product. Here the number of in potassium sulfate number of oxygen molecule are 4, and manganese sulfate it is, wait a minute, 2 4s are 8. All right, now if we will look at the number of oxygen atom, number of oxygen in ferrous sulfate, so it will be 4 3s are 12 and 12 5s are, okay, so it will be total 60 oxygen atom in the ferrous sulfate, and in water only 8. So there are maximum number of oxygen are there in the ferrous sulfate. That's why here oxidation of ferrous has been taken place. Okay. And here ferrous sulfate is transformed into Fe2SO4. Now here FeSO4 is getting transformed or converted into Fe2SO4 thrice. Okay. Now let us see let us now see how this conversion is an oxidation reaction. Okay. Now if here ferrous sulfate is getting converted into Fe2SO4 thrice. Okay. So here in the first ferrous sulfate, the ionic charge will be Fe2 plus. Okay, plus SO4 2 minus, it will gives us Fe3 plus SO4 2 minus. Okay, now this compound is here. It is FeSO4 will break down into Fe2 plus ionic. We are writing the ionic charge. Okay, so it will be Fe2 plus SO4 2 minus. Now if we will look at the ionic charges in ferrous sulfate thrice, so it will be Fe3 plus 3 SO4 2 minus. Okay, so the net change taking place in the above conversion is shown by the net ionic reaction as shown as below. So net ionic charges of ferrous is Fe2 plus is getting converted into Fe3 plus. So ferrous converting into the ferric. So here this net ionic reaction represents the oxygen brought about by potassium permanganate when ferric ion is formed from ferrous ion. So this is ferric is forming by the ferrous ion. Okay, the positive charges increase by 1 unit. Now here positive charges are 2 and in the ferric ion the positive charge are 3. Why? Because oxygen is added, plus oxygen is added to this ferric compound. That's why here plus 1 charges is increases into the ferric. Okay, so by 1 unit, while this happens, the ferrous ion loses 1 electron. So it will lose electron, that will be, here we will write plus electron. That means this is losing 1 electron. Okay, and from this we understand a new definition of oxidation, which is oxidation means losing 1 or more electron. So we have seen the 3 definitions of oxidation. Like the oxidation means losing 1 or more electron, and in the previous page, that is on page number 41, we have seen oxidation means the when the reactant combines with the oxygen and where the hydrogen gas is removing to form the product. Okay, so we have total 3 definition of oxidation. I hope you all have understood this. Now let's look about page number 43. So here we have, so look at the chemical equation 6. What is the type of this reaction in which vanaspati ghee is formed from vegetable oil? So the chemical reaction, let's see chemical equation number 6. So this is the chemical equation number 6 in which vegetable oil is reacting with the or combines with hydrogen gas, okay, to form a vanaspati ghee. So this is not an oxidation type of reaction. That means this is an example of a reduction reaction in which hydrogen is combined with the reactant to form the product. Okay, so the chemical reaction in which reactant gain hydrogen are called as a gain hydrogen, or we can say combined with the hydrogen, it's called as a reduction reaction. And similarly, the reaction in which a reactant loses oxygen to form the product is also called as a reduction reaction. So the substance that brings about reduction is called as a reductant or reducing agent. So this is totally opposite to the oxidation reaction. So in oxidation reaction we have seen the definition of oxidation, the chemical reaction in which reactant combined with oxygen or loses hydrogen, it's called as oxidation reaction. Whereas in reduction reaction, it is a reaction in which reactant gain hydrogen or reactant loses oxygen. It's to form a product is called as a reduction reaction. Okay. Now here, when hydrogen gas is passed over black copper oxide, a reddish colored layer of a copper is formed. Okay, so here when hydrogen gas is combined with or passed with the black copper oxide, it will produce as copper. plus water molecule. Okay, now here one question is given to us, which is the reductant in this reaction. Okay, now which is the reductant in this reaction? So first of all, what is the reductant? It is a substance which bring about the reduction. Okay, and what is reduction? In which the reactant loses oxygen. Okay, reactant loses oxygen. Now here so hydrogen is the reductant, all right, and which reactant has undergone reduction. So of course this is copper oxide, because from copper oxide the oxygen has been removed. Okay, so in this reaction an oxygen atom goes away from copper oxide, which means that reduction of a copper oxide takes place. It means here removing of oxygen takes place. Whereas hydrogen molecules takes up oxygen atom and water is formed, meaning oxidation of a hydrogen takes place. That means here oxidation of a hydrogen, that means hydrogen is combined with the oxygen. Okay, and from here copper oxide oxygen is removing. That means simultaneously both the process are happen, oxidation also and reduction also. Oxidation means addition of a oxygen to hydrogen molecule, and oxidation means removal, sorry, oxidation means addition of oxygen to hydrogen molecule, and reduction means removal of oxygen from this copper oxide. So here simultaneously both the process oxidation and reduction takes place. So the reductant is hydrogen. Reductant is oxidized by the oxygen. That means hydrogen is mixed with the combines with the oxygen, and the oxidant is reduced by the reductant. The oxidant means copper oxide, from which oxygen is losing to and mixing with the combining with the hydrogen. Okay, due to this characteristic of reduction and oxidation reaction, a single term redox reaction is used in place of the two terms. That means when both the process happens simultaneously, oxidation and reduction, that is called as a redox reaction. Okay, now here question are given to us. Some more examples of redox reaction are as follows. Identify the reductants and oxidant from them. Okay, now here we have to identify the reductant. Now reductants and oxidant. Now reductant, just now we have seen the substance which, all right, so here in these two reaction we have to identify oxidant and reductant. So first of all, what is oxidant? Oxidant is a substance which make available the oxygen for the oxidation. Okay, and reduction is the substance that brings about the reduction. All right, now here hydrogen sulfide plus sulfur dioxide will produce a sulfur plus water molecule. Now here oxidant, sulfur dioxide is the oxidant and hydrogen sulfide is a reductant. Okay, and here in second reaction, manganese oxide plus hydrochloric acid will provide us manganese chloride plus water plus chlorine gas. So here manganese oxide is the oxidant which making available the oxidant, and hydrogen chloride or hydrochloric acid is a reductant. Okay, now second question is, if oxidation means losing of electron, then what is meant by reduction? If oxidation is a losing of electron, then reduction means gaining of electron. Okay, now third question is, write the reaction of formation of Fe2 plus by reduction Fe3 plus by making use of a symbol electron. Now here we have to write the formation of a Fe2 plus from Fe3 plus. Okay, so Fe3 plus, it will form Fe2 plus. Okay, so here addition of electron takes place. Okay, so if addition of electron takes place, the plus charge will be decreased by 1. So this is Fe2 plus formation. Now here let's, okay, when the positive charge on an atom or an ion increases or the negative charge on them decreases, it is called as the oxidation. Okay, when the positive charge on an atom increases or negative charge decreases. So this is an example of, this is called as the oxidation. Okay, and when the positive charge decreases or negative charge increases is called as a reduction. It's very simple. When positive charge increases, it is oxidation, and when positive charge decreases, it is called as a reduction. Alright, now here equation given is Fe will oxidation reaction will form ferrous oxide. Now ferrous oxide on oxidation and reduction, it will form ferric oxide. Now here one more table is given to us. Do you know a redox reaction takes place during cellular respiration also, and here the molecule of the uh, enzyme called cytochrome C oxidase helps the transport of electron to bring about this reaction. For more information, okay, so the oxidation reduction takes place in the cellular system also. Okay, so student, I hope you all have understood this topic very well, that is oxidation and reduction. So here there are different definitions of oxidation and reduction are given below, given in this lesson. So I just hope you all will not get confused within all the definition of oxidation and reduction. Okay, that's it for today's video. Next part and the last part of the video we will of this lesson we will continue in our next session. Thank you all of you.